If your gut isn't healthy, nothing else in your body works the way it should. That might sound dramatic, but when you really think about it, it makes sense. Your gut is not just where food gets digested. It's where your body absorbs nutrients, where your immune system is deeply connected, and even where many of the signals that affect your mood and energy begin. So when something feels off, when your energy is low, when your digestion feels uncomfortable, when your body just doesn't feel right, it often starts there. The problem is, most people don't pay attention to their gut until something goes wrong. They ignore the early signs, the occasional bloating, the irregular digestion, that heavy feeling after meals. And over time, those small signals turn into something more noticeable, more persistent, harder to ignore. And when that happens, many people look for quick fixes, probiotics, detox drinks, complicated diet plans, solutions that promise fast results but often don't address the root of the problem. But what if improving your gut health didn't have to be complicated? What if it didn't require expensive supplements or extreme changes? What if the answer was something simple, something you could add to your meals starting today? There are certain foods that work quietly but powerfully inside your body. Foods that support digestion, feed beneficial bacteria, and help restore balance. And some of the most effective ones are also the smallest: seeds. But here's the important part. Most people either don't eat these seeds at all, or they eat them in a way that doesn't allow their body to fully benefit. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 powerful seeds that can improve your gut health fast, and more importantly, how to use them correctly so they actually make a difference. If you pay attention to how people feel on a daily basis, you'll start to notice a pattern. Many people walk around feeling slightly uncomfortable in their own bodies, but they've become so used to it that they think it's normal. Bloating after meals, irregular digestion, occasional constipation, or even just a heavy, sluggish feeling that doesn't seem to go away. These are not rare issues. They're incredibly common, and yet they're often dismissed as something minor, something you just have to live with. But the truth is, these are signals. Signals that your gut is not functioning the way it should. A major reason for this comes down to how modern diets have changed. Today, many people are eating foods that are highly processed, low in fiber, and lacking diversity. Meals are often built around convenience rather than nutrition. And while these foods may taste good and save time, they don't provide what your gut actually needs to stay healthy. One of the biggest missing pieces is fiber. Fiber is essential for digestion, but more importantly, it feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Without enough fiber, those good bacteria don't thrive, and over time, the balance in your gut begins to shift. When that balance is off, everything from digestion to energy levels can be affected. Another issue is the lack of variety in the foods people eat. Your gut microbiome, the community of bacteria living inside you, depends on diversity. Different types of bacteria thrive on different types of nutrients. When your diet is limited, your microbiome becomes less diverse, which can weaken its ability to support your overall health. At the same time, many people turn to quick solutions, probiotic supplements, detox products, or restrictive diets that promise fast results. But these approaches often focus on short-term fixes rather than long-term balance. They don't always address the root cause, which is the daily input your body receives through food. What makes this even more frustrating is that people often don't connect their symptoms to their gut. They might feel low energy, experience mood changes, or struggle with focus, without realizing that all of these can be linked back to what's happening in their digestive system. But here's the encouraging part. Supporting your gut doesn't require extreme changes. It doesn't mean completely overhauling your lifestyle overnight. In many cases, it starts with something much simpler, adding the right kinds of foods that your gut actually needs. And some of the most effective foods for this are often overlooked. Small, simple, and incredibly powerful seeds. To understand why they can make such a difference, we need to look at what's actually happening inside your gut. To really understand how seeds can improve your gut health, you first need to understand what your gut actually is and what it's doing every single day, even when you're not thinking about it. Inside your digestive system lives something called the microbiome. It's a complex community of trillions of bacteria, both good and bad, all interacting with each other and with your body. When this system is balanced, it supports digestion, helps absorb nutrients, strengthens your immune system, and even influences your mood and energy levels. But when that balance is disrupted, things start to feel off. And here's the key point. Your microbiome is not fixed. It changes based on what you eat, how you live, and the habits you repeat every day. One of the most important factors that shapes your gut health is fiber. But not all fiber works the same way. There are two main types, and both play a role. Soluble fiber dissolves in water and forms a gel-like substance. This type of fiber slows digestion, helps regulate blood sugar, and most importantly, feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. These bacteria rely on fiber as their main source of fuel. When they are well fed, they grow and thrive, creating a healthier internal environment. Insoluble fiber, on the other hand, does not dissolve in water. Instead, it adds bulk to your stool and helps move things through your digestive system more efficiently. This is what supports regularity and helps prevent issues like constipation. Seeds are unique because many of them contain both types of fiber, making them incredibly effective at supporting multiple aspects of digestion at once. But fiber is only part of the story. Seeds also act as prebiotics. This means they don't just help your digestion directly. They feed the good bacteria in your gut. And when those bacteria are supported, they produce beneficial compounds that strengthen your gut lining, reduce inflammation, and improve overall function. This is where the idea of balance becomes important. A healthy gut is not about eliminating all bacteria. It's about creating the right environment for the beneficial ones to thrive. And that environment is shaped by what you eat consistently over time. Another interesting effect of certain seeds, especially chia and flax, is their ability to absorb water. When they come into contact with liquid, they expand and form a gel-like texture. This may seem like a small detail, but it has a significant impact. It helps soften stool, improve consistency, and support smoother digestion. It also slows down how quickly food moves through your system, allowing for better nutrient absorption. Inflammation is another factor that plays a role in gut health. When your gut is irritated, whether from poor diet, stress, or other factors, it can affect how well your digestive system functions. Many seeds contain compounds that help reduce inflammation, supporting the integrity of your gut lining and helping your system stay balanced. Now, it's important to address something that often confuses people. Many turn to supplements when they think about gut health. Probiotics, powders, and capsules that promise to fix everything quickly. While these can have their place, they often miss a critical point. Your gut health is not built on a single product. It's built on consistent daily habits. Whole foods like seeds provide something that supplements often cannot. They offer a combination of fiber, nutrients, and natural compounds that work together over time. Instead of a quick fix, they support long-term balance. And this brings us back to something simple but powerful. You don't need to completely change your diet overnight. You don't need to follow complicated rules. Just adding 1 or 2 tablespoons of the right seeds into your daily routine can begin to shift your gut environment in a positive direction. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about creating small, consistent inputs that your body can respond to over time. So now that you understand what's happening inside your gut and why seeds can play such a powerful role, the next question becomes clear. Which seeds should you actually be using, and how do you include them in a way that fits into your daily life? Now that you understand how seeds work inside your gut, the next step is making this practical. Because knowing something is helpful, but actually using it in your daily life is what creates real change. And the good news is, this doesn't have to be complicated. It starts with choosing the right seeds and using them in simple ways that fit into your routine. Let's begin with chia seeds. These are one of the most effective seeds when it comes to gut health, mainly because of their ability to absorb water and form a gel-like texture. This gel helps soften stool, improve consistency, and support smoother digestion overall. At the same time, chia seeds are rich in soluble fiber, which feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. A simple way to use them is to soak them in water or milk for a few hours, or overnight, and then add them to smoothies or yogurt. The key is to let them hydrate before eating larger amounts, so your body can process them more easily. Next are flax seeds, which are particularly helpful for supporting regular movement in your digestive system. They contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, making them effective for improving gut function from multiple angles. But there's an important detail here. Flax seeds need to be ground. If you eat them whole, your body may not fully break them down, which means you miss out on many of their benefits. Once ground, they can easily be added to oatmeal, smoothies, or even sprinkled over meals without much effort. Pumpkin seeds are another great addition, especially because they provide magnesium, a mineral that helps support muscle function, including the muscles involved in digestion. When your digestive system is functioning smoothly, everything feels more balanced. Pumpkin seeds are easy to use. You can eat them as a snack, add them to salads, or mix them into meals for extra texture and nutrition. Then there are sesame seeds, which offer a combination of fiber and healthy fats that help support the gut lining. A healthy gut lining is important because it acts as a barrier, helping your body absorb nutrients while keeping unwanted substances out. One of the best ways to consume sesame seeds is in the form of tahini, which is a paste made from ground sesame seeds. This makes their nutrients more accessible and easy to include in sauces or dressings. Finally, sunflower seeds. These are often overlooked, but they contain important nutrients like vitamin E and compounds that help reduce inflammation. Since inflammation can disrupt gut function, reducing it plays a role in maintaining balance. Sunflower seeds are simple to add into your routine as a snack or as a topping for meals. As you begin using these seeds, there are a few simple guidelines that can make a big difference. Start slowly, especially if your body is not used to high-fiber foods. Increasing fiber too quickly can sometimes cause discomfort. Drinking enough water is also essential, since fiber works best when it's properly hydrated. And rotating different types of seeds can help provide a wider range of nutrients, supporting your gut in a more balanced way. What makes this approach powerful is its simplicity. You don't need a complicated plan or strict rules, just small, consistent actions that your body can respond to over time. Because when you give your gut what it needs on a regular basis, it starts to function the way it was meant to. And that's when you begin to feel the difference, when you step back and look at everything. Improving your gut health doesn't have to be complicated or overwhelming. It doesn't require extreme diets, expensive supplements, or constantly searching for the next trend. Sometimes, the most effective changes are the simplest ones, the ones you can actually repeat every day. These 5 seeds are not just small additions to your meals. They are simple tools that can help your body function the way it was designed to. And the key is consistency, not perfection. You don't need to use all of them at once. Just start with one, add it to your next meal, and see how your body responds over time. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these seeds are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more simple, science-based tips to support your health in a way that fits into your real life, make sure to subscribe. Because small habits, done consistently, are what create real, lasting results.